Stereotypes are standardized mental pictures that are held in common by members of a group and represent an oversimplified opinion, prejudiced attitude, or uncritical judgment. They are foolish and strictly opinionated. The media makes sure that they're in your face all the time. Stereotypes spread ignorance and fear. I'm an African American male, and because of stereotypes towards African American males, I'm affected daily. One memorable experience I had was when I had an internship at McKesson Corporation. I was getting onto the elevator at work. Mind you, I was dressed in business casual attire and had a fresh, clean haircut. I got onto the elevator and politely said hello to the woman on the elevator. Instead of saying hello back, she suddenly clenched her purse and stepped away from me. I was infuriated and felt an overwhelming sense of pity for her. Because of stereotypes, she looked at my gender and ethnicity before even knowing me. My project will focus on African Americans, the way we are perceived and the way the world sees us. My plan is to reveal to you a different side of the African American community that is rarely portrayed through the media. What is one positive thing about African Americans that you feel is overlooked by the world?
The one thing that comes to mind, Andre, is the level of involvement as African Americans we've had within our society. The number of inventions that we've had appear to be overlooked.
We are the same as any other group of people. We want the same things. We have the same intelligence. We strive for the same things. We have the same hopes and dreams. And if there were a level playing field, we would have the same amount of successes.
I don't think there's anything that's overlooked. I think that the world is open to us. I think that we have to be more conscientious about what we put out there and how we project ourselves.
Yeah, African Americans are not lazy, we're not dumb, we're very smart.
I have a bachelor's degree, dual bachelor's degree in business administration and in economics. There are many African American people who are very well educated.
Unfortunately, a lot of times we're shed in a negative light, but that's not true at all. We're very smart. We have historically black colleges which are filled up. In the community college thing, as long as they're in school, I feel as if they're being productive.
There are many other reasons why African Americans would go to community colleges. I went to a community college before I went on to get my BA degree because I didn't actually know what I wanted to study. It could be used as a stepping stone. It could be used, some people may not have the money to go to the university of their choice. It could be used as a way to get their basics over with while they're saving money to go to a university of their choice.
How do you feel about being identified or classified with the minority of African Americans who do ignorant things just because you're African American?
All I have to do is be me, and hopefully I will change someone's mind about African American people by them knowing me.
That's something that I really hate. I hate that. I'm not like everybody. I always say that I'm unique, so don't judge me by the color of my skin. You know, I'm different from everybody else. I mean, it's sad that some people do, I can't say spoil it because the people who are looking at it are the ones making the judgment, but it is sad that some people go out there and they put it out there that African Americans are like that, but I don't want to be classified with those people.
I think it's embarrassing, but I think that most people, when they meet me or talk to me individually, they will see that I'm different than a lot of those stereotypes. And I think that most of the people I know personally are different than those stereotypes.
What do you think about the way that the media depicts us as African Americans?
That's really unfortunate to me, and I don't believe that the majority of the people realize how prevalent it is.
You know, what I see in the media today, it's like blood and guts sell. So if we're not shooting someone, if we're not pillaging something, you know, the whole cops and robbers syndrome, then that's the way the media really depicts us. And unfortunately, a lot of African Americans play into that.
They depict us as only being funny or thugs. For example, Denzel Washington, when he won an award, he played in many other movies such as Glory or John Q, but he had to win for playing a thug. And a lot of times that is how we depict we're as being thugs.
Do you think the people who control the topics that are presented through the medium, present them in a biased manner?
Yes. Unequivocally, yes. If you look on the news, you'll see whatever channel you're looking at, the same information. It's impossible for the different channels that we have to report the same information with all of the news that's happening in the Bay Area unless it was controlled by a small amount of people. So they're definitely going to present the news based on their perspective and their biases.
Oh, definitely. It's a product. It's something to be sold. They're selling something to get an audience.
I do believe that the media presents it in a biased manner, and the reason why is because you have to look at going back and understanding what the media is trying to do. They're trying to generate revenue for themselves, and the only way they can generate revenue is by having advertisers.
What do you yourself personally do that either contradicts the stereotypes on African Americans, or what is it that you do to positively affect your community?
Well, one of the things that I try and do is just try and educate people. Be it African American, Caucasian, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to educate people on a broader standpoint of who they are, what they have to give to our society, because I believe everybody has something to contribute to our society.
Me personally, I'm smart. I stay in school. I get good grades. I'm not lazy. I'm not a dropout. I'm not pregnant. I have morals, and I'm strong.
The Youth Leadership Development Program is the way I give back to young people who are primarily African American or of mixed race, and just to help them have a voice to deal with all the pressures of the society that we live in.
Well, my personal philosophy about stereotyping is that a stereotype is only as powerful as what you make it. And so in my individual life, I say I ignore stereotypes on a personal level.
How do you feel about the negative stereotypes on African Americans?
I feel it's an unfortunate circumstance, but I think it's one that is not going to go away. So it's one that African Americans are going to have to learn to deal with, and I think the best way to do that is just be our fabulous selves.